Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am scrapbooking some photos of my daughter's pumpkin that she carved last year. It is the Pac-Man Ghost. But I also have these fabulous sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps. I have Glitz and Glam and Tangerine Dream. These were March releases, so these are still available in the shop. Let's see what I can do. The first thing I did was grab my stencil. I knew I wanted to have some sort of sunburst at the top third of my page, and I thought the easiest way to do that would be to grab the stencil that I have in my stash and just trace the lines out. And then you can see that straight line across is where my pattern paper is going to go. So I just took another sheet of paper as a straight edge just to give me a full straight line across, and I'm kind of filling in the little starburst pattern there. I went ahead and trimmed off a little bit of the white cardstock so that I could mat it on this khaki colored cardstock. And I had this scrap sheet of paper from the She's Magic collection that was on a paper pad that I decided to go ahead and use. Now my photos are 4x6, so I'm going to go ahead and trim them down. They are 5 1/4 now. By 4 by 5 1/4, and then that way I can kind of layer up the pumpkins across the front of the page. I was originally going to have it as like pumpkin guts, then the unlit pumpkin, and then the pumpkin that was lit, to kind of like tell the story in that way, but I really liked having the lit pumpkin in the center rather than at the end. So I just went through my 6x6 paper stash and tried to figure out which pumpkins went on which paper. Now, I had originally chosen this paper for the chevron, but when I put my photo against it, I didn't like the way that you couldn't see it was a chevron. It looked like diagonal on the side of it, but on the top it just looked funky. So I decided to go with the polka dot. And I'm just trimming it down with my little trimmer, and I do have to say that I love this little trimmer for trimming the small things. It's just great. I've really come to love both of my guillotine trimmers. I just find that they are really easy to use and just gives me a great cut. You don't have to worry about replacement blades. That isn't to say I don't use the other trimmer as well on occasion. It just depends upon what I need. So now I'm going to get my photos placed. I had to make sure that the pumpkin was not upside down. And then I'm like, whoops, that's a little bit too much. So we're just going to adjust this ever so slightly. And then I was thinking I'd probably put the title right there in the photo itself, where there was lots of just kind of empty space. Ultimately, the title doesn't go exactly there, but it does go a little bit. Now I dump out my sequins into my sequin dish. I absolutely love this sequin dish. I actually purchased it in Chicago when I was on a scrappy retreat with some friends, and it's by far my favorite dish for sequins, by far. Now I wanted to add a whole bunch of sparkle and shine to this layout, and I thought, what goes great with sequins? Glitter pastes and glitter glazes go great with sequins. All the sparkle, all the shine. So I grab some glitter glaze here, and I just go ahead and I was going to freehand it, but then I decided, I'm just going to pull out that purple tape and kind of mask it off here. That way I could be a little bit more sloppy with my glitter glaze, and I don't have to really worry about it getting anywhere. This glitter glaze is almost gone, as you can see, so I just wanted to make sure that I definitely had enough to be able to fill in this one bit of the sunburst ray. So I get that filled in, and I have a pretty much even layer of the glitter glaze over top of my cardstock. And I don't wait for it to dry. I just peel off that purple tape, and then I'm going to add some wet glue. And my favorite is the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive. It is a clear drying glue, and I love it so much. I'm actually halfway through my second bottle. It's just the best glue, best wet glue ever. So now I'm going to take my Tangerine Dreams sequins, and I'm pulling out all the little orangey bits and just popping sequins down with my Crystal Katana over top of the glue. I'm doing it randomly. I'm not really doing anything but picking the yellow and the orangey sequins and just putting them down. I'm trying not to have a pattern. I definitely want it to look random, and I love this. So one of my favorite things to do with sequins is to do this with them, and that is just glue down a big old hunk of glue and put sequins on top of it and just have them nestled and tucked into each other. I just love it. Like, I just love the look of it. And I was really, really glad that I tried to do it intermixed with the glitter pastes, because I really, really love how much it sparkles and shines. When I took my layout outside to take pictures of it, because I like to take pictures outside in the natural sunlight, like that, it just sparkled so much. I just loved it. I even took a little video of me like moving the paper around so I could see all the sparkle and shine, because shining, shimmering, splendid is a great thing in my book. So I do go ahead and cut some of the sequins in half, just so that they aren't doing this big old hangover thing on the paper. And I just love it so much. I love it so much. I thought, I kind of thought I was just going to alternate one type of sequin mix and one type of glitter glaze, but ultimately I really mix it up, you guys. I brought in another little dish. This is my secondary sequin dish for when I'm using two mixes at once. It was a gift from one of my scrappy friends. Thank you, Christina. So I went ahead and added more of that Nuvo Deluxe glue, and didn't I just put more glue on there? I thought I just put more glue on there. I think I did. I think this is where I realized, I better put the glitter pastes on before I do the sequins. It'll be easier. So I am using a mix of glitter pastes here. I have some Brutus Monroe, I have some Bo Bunny, and I also have some Nuvo Tonic Studios. There'll be links down below if I can find them for you. This is a rose gold, and I love this one too. Let's just be honest, I love every little bit of glitter and glitz and sparkle and shine at the top of this layout. It just makes me so happy to see the glitter glaze and the sequins together. One day I might even get brave and put my sequins right into the glitter glaze, but for right now, I wasn't that brave. I just put them next to each other so that they could be friends, they could start chatting with each other and making nice, so that I can make something really awesome with sequins inside of glitter glaze. That's definitely going to be a project I need to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and add that glue and just kind of refresh what I had already put down there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go for the second sequin mix. Now, this sequin mix has some of those really, really gorgeous, really sparkly gold sequins, and it has like these coppery looking sequins, and also these twirly pink ones. I'm sure that there's probably technical names for all the sequins, but I like the names I give them. They make sense, so I like them. And then again, I'm just using that Crystal Katana to kind of place my sequins where I want them. I am kind of overlapping the glitter pastes and glitter glazes just a little bit because I don't want like a harsh white line between the sequins or the glitter pastes. And I'm making sure that I am going over top of my pencil line as well, because I definitely don't want you to see the pencil line through it. I want you to be able to tell that there are like rays, like sunburst rays coming off from the top of this layout, but I don't want you to actually see the sunburst lines that I traced. So now I just need to add a little bit more glue, and I'm thinking, okay, do I want to alternate the two sequin mixes? Do I want to do a pattern of the sequin mixes? And that's when I decide I will do a pattern, and I won't just do like an alternating thing. Because, you know, I want it to be fun and a little maybe unexpected. I just want it to honestly, I just want it to sparkle the crap out of this page. Like, that's all I want it to do. I just want it to bedazzle the crap out of it, people. So I do have these super teeny tiny scissors from Heidi Swap, and they are really easy to cut sequins with because the blades are so small and sequins are so small. It just works out really good. So I am just kind of messing around, making sure that my sequins are stuck down in the glue, because you can't see it really well, but I don't have like a full layer of glue all over the space that I'm filling with sequins. It's not like a full layer like the glitter glaze is. There's definitely gaps, so I just want to make sure that my sequins are going to stay stuck down to my page. So I just want to make sure that they are getting all the glue as much as possible to be able to stick to that page. So I did not use all the sequin mixes from March on this layout. I just used 2 of them. In case you were wondering, there is also a sequin mix called Ocean of Color that has some really, really gorgeous blues in it. It's like a deep sapphire blue and a little sky blue. It's got some fun floral sequins in it. It's just a great mix as well. I believe that all of the March mixes are still available in the shop, so make sure that you go to Spiegelmom Scraps and check out the mixes. You can use my code Sandy15. That'll get you 15% off of your order. And it is a multi-use code, so you can use it every single time you order if you would like to do that. That way you would get a little extra savings. So I am just going to wrap up this sunburst right here with some more of the glue and some more of the sequins. Love, love, love those super sparkly gold colored sequins. They really just make my heart go all aflutter. I love them so much. So much. So I am being sure to kind of like get my sequins down in all the same directions. So, you know, sometimes sequins, they can either have like a little concave to them, or you could turn them over and they would be like a little bowl. And I just want to make sure that my sequins are all the same direction. So I don't want them to be like a little hump. I want them to be a little bowl. So I'm just making sure to do that with my Crystal Katana and just flipping the sequin over on my mat. And then that is going to do it for all that you will have to watch me do. But ta-da! There it is, all finished. So as you can see, my I decided to go in a little bit of a pattern where I did 1 sequin mix and then 2 and then back to the original sequin mix, but 2, and then, you know, moved on to the second sequin mix. So the title of this layout is His Name is Clyde, because that is my daughter's favorite Pac-Man ghostie's name is Clyde. I think it's what, like Pinky, Blinky, Winky. Is that Pinky, Blinky, Winky, and Clyde? I think that's what it is. And it was just a little bit of a process trying to figure out where I wanted his name is to go. And ultimately, I changed it around some more. I'm like, no, I don't like this at all. I'm going to switch it. So I dropped the is down in front of Clyde, and then I'm just going to move over his name. And I am using some of those tiny little foam thickers. These are like the rose gold ones. And I was like, which way do I like it better? I'm like, yeah, I like it better there. So now we have His Name is Clyde. And then I'm going to grab my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive one more time. And I'm just going to sprinkle around some glue dots around the title. And then once I have a significant amount of glue, because holy moly, I put a lot more glue on there than I realized. I'm going to grab my sequin mixes again. I'm just going to go ahead and pop a sequin on each little glue dot. And then really, because there is so much sparkle and shine on this layout, the only thing I'm going to do past adding these sequins right here is going to just add some journaling, because while there isn't a whole lot of embellishment, what embellishment that is on this page, it is big and it is bold and it is like, whoa, look at me sparkle. So I'm just going to journal about how Lana really wanted to carve a pumpkin this year. It's the first year she was home by herself without her brother and sister, and I bought her a pumpkin carving kit, and she decided to figure out her own thing that she wanted to carve, and this is what she chose. Clyde. So I am using my favorite pen. It is a Muji pen in 0.38. And then once I finish up the journaling, the layout is going to be finished. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to use my code. There it is, Sandy15 at Spiegelmom Scraps, so you can save 15% off your order. And I hope that you guys are having a great weekend so far, and I will see you again real soon for another video.